Every week, you walk into the grocery store and allocate your hard-earned capital. You are actively investing cash in exchange for the health, energy, and physical function of your household over the next 7 days. But unlike a bad stock pick that quietly dips in a portfolio, a poor grocery investment will literally rot on your kitchen counter. Despite the financial stakes, most of us treat the produce aisle like a lottery. We rely on pure guesswork, grabbing whatever looks brightly colored or happens to be sitting at the top of the pile. This graphic shows the result, the autopilot penalty. It's a double loss. You bleed cash on spoiled food you end up throwing away, and you extract a lower nutritional yield from the food you actually eat. You can eliminate this waste entirely. The fix involves stripping away the guesswork and replacing it with strict visual rules for freshness, backed by data that targets higher nutritional density. Doing this requires a trade-off. You have to abandon your comfortable, quick shopping routine. You will have to inspect your food, and you will have to pass on items you usually buy without thinking. If you want true nutritional return on your money, you have to upgrade your strategy. It is the only way to stop hoping for decent produce and start guaranteeing the outcome. Phase 1 of this upgrade is market freshness. Before worrying about complex vitamins, your immediate goal is to verify ripeness to protect your initial cash investment. This comparison matrix shows the exact indicators of peak ripeness. For pomegranates, look for a crown that is physically open, not pinched shut. For watermelons, a green stem means it was picked too early. You need to see a dried brown stem to ensure the sugars have developed. Applying these checks means you can no longer just scoop items into bags. You must pick them up, rotate them, and actively inspect the stems. The same rules apply to texture. To avoid mealy fruit, grapes must have green stems, not brown. And a pineapple is only ready if a single leaf pulls out easily from the top without resistance. The secondary trade-off here is time. If the stall you're standing at only has brown-stemmed grapes and green-stemmed watermelons, you have to walk away and check another vendor. Tactile cues matter just as much. When selecting capsicums, pick them up and buy the heavier ones. For carrots, pass on the thick, woody roots and choose the thinner ones for better texture and flavor. When it comes to shelf life, check your potatoes closely. Select only the ones with perfectly smooth skin. Any visible sprouts indicate age and the potential presence of toxins, shortening their life in your pantry. This volume versus density graphic illustrates a common trap, assuming bigger is better. A visually large, puffy vegetable often yields less water and flavor than a smaller, highly dense alternative. You are looking for compact weight, not empty size. Finalize your freshness checks by looking at the structure of your vegetables. Cauliflower should have tight, compact florets rather than loose ones, and onions need firm, tight necks to avoid rot. By treating these tactile and visual cues as strict filters, you stop buying produce that is destined for the garbage. You instantly cap the financial bleed caused by food waste. Once you know how to avoid rotten food, phase 2 is nutritional density. This is where you shift from saving money to maximizing the actual micronutrient yield you get per calorie. This chart maps data on popular staples. Swapping accessible bananas for sweet potatoes yields a massive potassium boost, and chia seeds outclass apples for fiber. The trade-off is convenience.
You can eat an apple instantly, but sweet potatoes require cooking, and chia seeds require soaking. You see the same dynamic with proteins. Lentils and chicken are standard staples, but upgrading to eggs gives you a hyper-dense, highly bioavailable source of complete amino acids. For severe micronutrient saturation, standard choices like carrots and spinach fall short. Upgrading to organ meats like liver provides vastly more vitamin A, while swapping spinach for dates dramatically increases your iron intake. For gut health, standard supermarket yogurt provides a baseline of probiotics, but switching to kefir introduces a significantly wider, more robust variety of bacterial strains to your microbiome. Hitting maximum nutrient density forces a palate trade-off. You are swapping mild, sweet flavors for polarizing textures like liver and sharp acidic profiles like kefir. It requires an adjustment period. The foods heavily marketed as cultural health staples are usually just the most convenient to transport and eat. They routinely underperform when compared side by side with less familiar, hyperdense alternatives. If you are shopping for a plant-based household, the optimization math changes. You cannot rely on eggs or organ meats to hit those dense micronutrient targets. To hit your macronutrient thresholds without meat, you have to establish exact equivalence. Soya steps in to replace the protein volume of chicken, while rajma serves as the direct substitute for mutton. This substitution flowchart maps harder-to-get micronutrients. If you aren't getting omega-3s from fish, chia seeds become mandatory. Bypassing chicken liver's iron means moringa leaves are required. And if you avoid eggs, capturing healthy fats and vitamin B12 requires mapping directly to paneer. Eliminating meat doesn't mean capping your nutritional ceiling. It simply means you must deliberately upgrade your baseline vegetables to these specific high-yield substitutes. This cart optimizer decision tree translates these data points into a workable system based on your household's immediate priorities. If you were the budget-conscious everyday cook, ignore the complex micronutrient swaps. Your entire focus should be on Phase 1 freshness filters. Visually verifying the brown stems, the open crowns, and the physical density of the items in your hand will stop your food from rotting in the fridge, yielding the highest immediate return on your cash. If you're a plant-based shopper, strictly map your list to the soya, rajma, and moringa matrix to hit protein and iron floors. If you want maximum density, the ultimate optimizer path requires abandoning popular baseline foods and leaning into prep-heavy, flavor-dense items. Your new cart baseline ignores apples and oranges, replacing them with amla for vitamin C, pumpkin seeds over almonds for zinc and magnesium, and daily kefir for your essential probiotics. Implementing this top-to-bottom framework has an operational cost. Inspecting every stem and reading the density of every vegetable will initially double the time you spend navigating the grocery store, but the reward for that time is a flawless selection process. You filter out dead weight, ensuring your kitchen only stocks the highest-tier items available. The most nutritious choices at the market are rarely the ones right in front of you, and they are rarely the easiest to prepare. By treating your grocery cart like a portfolio, mercilessly verifying freshness, and reallocating your cash towards nutritional density, you stop guessing at the market and start guaranteeing your health.